Right now, most people are trapped in a reality that feels heavy, repetitive, and limiting. They wake up every day feeling the same emotions, thinking the same thoughts, reacting to the same problems, and wondering why nothing ever changes. But the truth is, reality isn't fixed, it's fluid. It's responding to you in ways you don't even realize, mirroring back the energy you are carrying. If life feels difficult, if opportunities seem scarce, if your relationships are filled with conflict, it's not because the world is against you. It's because your vibration is matching a version of reality where struggle exists. But here's the thing, there's another version of reality available to you, one where things flow, where the right opportunities appear effortlessly, where your relationships feel fulfilling, and where abundance is not something you have to chase. The only reason you're not living in that version of reality right now is that your vibration is still tuned into the lower frequency of struggle, scarcity, and limitation. The biggest mistake people make is thinking that they need to change their external world first in order to feel better. They believe that if they just get the right job, if they just meet the right person, if they just have more money, then everything will improve. But that's not how reality works. Your external world is a reflection of your internal state. If you are living in a low vibration reality, it's because your energy is stuck in patterns that keep you trapped there. And until you shift your energy, nothing outside of you can change. This is why people who win the lottery often lose everything within a few years, because their vibration never shifted, so their reality snapped back to match the frequency they were already living in. This is why people who desperately chase love often end up in toxic or unfulfilling relationships, because their vibration is still carrying the energy of lack, of needing someone else to complete them. The truth is, you have to shift first, and then your reality will follow. So the real question is, how do you shift? How do you stop living in a low vibration reality and step into a version of life where things align effortlessly? The first step is awareness. Most people don't even realize that they are constantly feeding their low vibration with their thoughts, emotions, and habits. They wake up and immediately check their phone, absorbing negativity. They replay past failures in their mind, reinforcing the energy of disappointment. They surround themselves with people who complain, who doubt, who reinforce the idea that life is hard. Every single one of these things is a frequency, and the more you engage with low vibration energy, the more you lock yourself into that version of reality. If you want to shift, you have to stop feeding the vibration that is keeping you where you are.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
One of the fastest ways to do this is by breaking the cycle of habitual emotions. Every emotion carries a frequency. Fear, doubt, frustration, anger, these are all low vibration emotions, and they will keep you trapped in a low vibration reality. Gratitude, excitement, love, confidence, these are high vibration emotions, and they will shift you into a higher reality. But here's where most people get stuck. They wait for life to give them a reason to feel good. They wait for something external to change before they allow themselves to feel gratitude or excitement. But the truth is, you have to generate those emotions first, and then your reality will shift to reflect them. This is why gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for shifting your vibration. When you feel deeply grateful for what you have, even before anything changes, you are signaling to the universe that you are already living in abundance. And when you embody that frequency, reality has no choice but to match it. Another key to shifting is to start noticing where your energy is leaking. Every day, you are either raising your vibration or lowering it based on the choices you make. The people you talk to, the content you consume, The thoughts you entertain, everything either lifts you up or drags you down. If you are constantly exposing yourself to negativity, whether through news, social media, or conversations that drain you, you are reinforcing the vibration of struggle and limitation. If you are surrounded by people who see the world as a place of scarcity, who believe that success is only for the lucky, who constantly reinforce the idea that life is hard, then their energy is keeping you locked in a low vibration reality. You cannot shift if you are constantly absorbing energy that contradicts the frequency you want to be in. You have to be ruthless about protecting your energy. This means cutting out anything that keeps you stuck, whether it's negative conversations, toxic relationships, or habits that lower your state of being. And then, there's the most powerful shift of all identity. The version of reality you are living in is a direct reflection of who you believe you are. If you see yourself as someone who struggles, as someone who has to work hard for everything, as someone who never gets the lucky breaks, then that identity will create a reality where those beliefs are reinforced. But when you shift your identity, your entire reality recalibrates. If you start seeing yourself as someone who is naturally aligned with abundance, as someone who effortlessly attracts the right opportunities, as someone who is always in the right place at the right time, then reality will reshape itself to match that identity. This is why successful people seem to keep winning, because their identity is wired for success. They don't just achieve something once and go back to their old mindset. They embody the energy of success, and because of that, the world keeps responding to them with more opportunities. So here's the real challenge. Are you willing to stop living in a low vibration reality, or are you still attached to the struggle? Because the truth is, struggle can become comfortable. Some people become addicted to the energy of complaining, of being the underdog, of believing that life is unfair. They get validation from their limitations, and even though they say they want to shift, they are still holding on to the identity of someone who struggles. If you want to shift, you have to let that go completely. You have to stop identifying with your past, with your limitations, with the idea that life is hard. You have to be willing to embody the version of yourself that is already living in the reality you want. Once you do that, everything shifts. The opportunities, the synchronicities, the flow, it all starts aligning effortlessly. Because reality isn't something that happens to you. It's something that responds to you. And once you shift your vibration, the universe has no choice but to shift with you. The hidden traps keeping you stuck in a low vibration reality, how to escape instantly. Right now, most people are unknowingly stuck in patterns that keep them trapped in a reality they don't want. They wake up every day with the same energy, the same thoughts, the same emotions, and then wonder why nothing ever changes. But the truth is, reality isn't working against them. It's simply reflecting back what they are constantly broadcasting. The biggest mistake is thinking that shifting your vibration is just about thinking positive or saying affirmations a few times a day. That's not how this works. You don't shift by forcing yourself to think better thoughts while still feeling the same old energy of doubt, fear, or scarcity. You shift by completely breaking the patterns that are reinforcing the life you no longer want to live. Because the real reason people stay stuck isn't because things are impossible to change, it's because they are unknowingly feeding the very frequency that keeps them locked in place. One of the biggest traps is emotional addiction. Most people don't realize that they are chemically addicted to the emotions they experience the most. If you've spent years feeling stressed, overwhelmed, frustrated, or doubtful, your body has literally become wired to crave those emotions. This is why, even when things are going well, some people find a way to create stress again. They attract drama. they sabotage opportunities. They replay painful memories in their mind, not because they want to suffer, but because their body is so used to the chemistry of those emotions that it feels uncomfortable without them. This is why shifting your vibration isn't just about thinking differently, it's about breaking the emotional addictions that keep you stuck in old patterns. If you don't actively choose new emotional states, your body will always pull you back into the ones it's familiar with. This is why gratitude, joy, and excitement feel unnatural to some people. They haven't practiced them enough to make them their default state. But the moment you start consciously choosing higher emotions, you rewire everything, and reality starts responding instantly. Another trap is the illusion of external control. People convince themselves that their vibration is at the mercy of their circumstances. They believe that if their job was better, if their relationship improved, if they had more money, then they could finally feel good. But that's backward. Reality doesn't change first, your vibration does. The reason people stay stuck is that they keep waiting for something outside of them to shift before they allow themselves to feel different. But the truth is, the only way to escape a low vibration reality is to stop reacting to it and start generating a new frequency before anything changes. This is why some people seem to live in a constant flow of opportunities while others struggle endlessly. It's not because life is unfair. It's because the ones who thrive have mastered the ability to maintain a high vibration no matter what is happening around them. They don't wait for things to be perfect before they feel good. They feel good first, and then things become perfect. And then there's the biggest trap of all, the subconscious belief that struggle equals worth. Society has conditioned people to believe that if something isn't hard, it's not valuable. That if you didn't struggle for success, you don't deserve it. That if you're not constantly fighting, you're being lazy. But this belief is one of the most powerful mechanisms keeping people locked in a low vibration reality. Because if you believe that ease, flow, and abundance are things you have to earn through suffering, then you will unconsciously keep attracting struggle just to prove that you are worthy of success. But here's the truth: effort and struggle are not the same thing. Effort is taking action toward your desires. Struggle is resisting the natural flow of life. People who thrive don't work less, they work differently. They take action from a place of alignment, where things feel exciting, inspired, effortless. They don't waste energy forcing things that aren't meant for them. They trust that what is aligned will come with ease, and because of that, it does. But those who stay trapped in struggle keep reinforcing the belief that nothing comes easy, and so life mirrors that back to them over and over again. So how do you escape these traps instantly? The first step is radical responsibility. You have to stop blaming anything outside of you for the way you feel. Your circumstances don't control your vibration, your focus does. If you keep focusing on what's wrong, what's missing, what's not working, then you are locking yourself into the frequency of lack. But if you start directing your energy toward what is already abundant, what is already flowing, what is already aligned, then you shift instantly. This is why gratitude is so powerful. It forces you to place your attention on abundance, even if nothing has changed yet. But most people don't use gratitude correctly. They treat it like a checklist, saying a few things they are grateful for but not actually feeling it. Gratitude isn't about words, it's about frequency. The moment you deeply feel appreciation for what you have, you start vibrating at the frequency of abundance, and reality has no choice but to match that. The second shift is breaking the habit of reacting. Every time you react emotionally to something negative, you reinforce that frequency. If someone upsets you and you spiral into anger, you are feeding the energy of conflict. If you see something that triggers fear and you dwell on it, you are feeding the energy of scarcity. The key to shifting instantly is learning how to observe without absorbing. Just because something happens doesn't mean you have to give it your energy. The moment you start choosing which emotions you engage with instead of automatically reacting, you take full control of your vibration. This is why people who maintain high vibrations seem almost untouchable. It's not that they never face challenges, it's that they don't allow those challenges to dictate their state of being. They choose their energy first, and because of that, reality bends to match them. And finally, the most important shift of all, identity. If you see yourself as someone who struggles, someone who never gets a break, someone who has to constantly fight for everything, then that identity will shape your reality. But the moment you decide to embody the energy of someone who is naturally aligned, someone who attracts opportunities effortlessly, someone who lives in a state of flow, everything transforms. This isn't about pretending or faking it. It's about deciding that you are no longer available for struggle, that you are no longer a match for low vibrations, that you are already the version of yourself who lives in ease, abundance, and alignment. The moment you make that decision, reality shifts instantly. Because reality isn't separate from you, it's responding to you. And the only thing keeping you in a low vibration reality is the belief that you are still stuck there. The second you decide you're not, everything changes. The final shift: how to permanently live in a high vibration reality. Right now, everything in your life is responding to the energy you are carrying. Your relationships, your opportunities, your financial situation, your health, none of it is random. It is all a direct reflection of your vibration. If you've been noticing patterns that keep repeating, if you've been feeling like no matter how much effort you put in, things don't seem to shift, it's because you're still operating from the same frequency that created those experiences in the first place. Most people try to change their lives by pushing harder, by forcing external results, by trying to control everything outside of them. But the truth is, none of that works if your vibration stays the same. If you are still carrying the energy of struggle, you will keep manifesting struggle. If you are still carrying the energy of doubt, you will keep attracting situations that make you doubt yourself even more. The only way to shift permanently is to stop trying to change the external world and start mastering the internal one. The reason most people fail at this is that they don't commit fully. They try to raise their vibration for a few days, maybe even a few weeks, but when they don't see instant results, they slip back into old patterns. They let circumstances dictate their emotions, and before they know it, they are right back where they started. The truth is, shifting into a high vibration reality isn't something you do temporarily, it's something you become. It has to be a decision, a deep knowing that you are no longer available for anything that doesn't match the energy of the life you desire. You can't just dip into a high vibration when things are going well and then abandon it the moment a challenge appears. The real shift happens when you hold your frequency no matter what. When you refuse to lower your energy in response to external circumstances. When you decide that you will stay in alignment even when things don't seem to be working yet, because you understand that reality is always catching up to your vibration. One of the biggest signs that you are shifting permanently is that you stop reacting to things the way you used to. Situations that would have triggered you in the past no longer shake you. You start seeing challenges differently, not as obstacles, but as opportunities to reinforce your new frequency. If something doesn't go the way you expected, you don't spiral into frustration or fear. You stay centered because you know that everything is working in your favor, even when you can't see it yet. This is the level where reality truly starts bending to match your energy. When you stop chasing, when you stop forcing, when you stop reacting, and instead you simply hold the vibration of what you want, things begin to shift effortlessly. The right people show up at the perfect time. Opportunities flow in ways that seem almost unreal. You no longer have to struggle to make things happen because you have become a match for the reality where they already exist. But here's where most people make their final mistake. They get a taste of this alignment. They see things starting to shift, and then they let doubt creep back in. They second-guess themselves. They wonder if it's really working. And the moment they do, they slip back into their old vibration, and their reality reflects that shift immediately. This is why the final step in permanently living in a high-vibration reality is mastering certainty. You cannot wait for external proof before you believe. You have to decide that it is already done, that the reality you desire is already yours, that you don't need to see immediate results to know that everything is aligning perfectly. The people who manifest effortlessly, the ones who seem to always be in the right place at the right time, are not lucky. They are certain. They don't question whether things are working, they know they are. And because of that, they never lower their vibration back into doubt, and their reality never stops aligning with them. So the real question is, are you willing to stop letting circumstances dictate your energy? Are you ready to stop reacting, stop doubting, stop waiting for proof before you believe? Because reality is responding to you right now. Every thought, every emotion, every belief is shaping what happens next. And the only thing standing between you and the reality you want is your willingness to hold the vibration of it before it appears. The moment you do that, everything changes. Because reality isn't something you chase, it's something you create. And the second you decide to embody the frequency of the life you desire, it has no choice but to become your reality.